So 5.3 4.8 clutch and a NV3500 with external slave. We ran into an issue where the throwout bearing wasn't long enough and the clutch fork was bobbing out. In my infinite wisdom of nonsense, I welded a separate throwout bearing from a Camaro. I cut it apart and welded it to this, and it's now a 1/2 inch longer. And we're gonna see what that does. We have no idea. We're just gonna figure it out. But yeah, here we go. I have to put this into said truck now. We put that in there, and then we'll be done. Alright, so that, what I just did, worked. I used a pry bar and opened it all the way, and it free spools, and then when I let it go, it locks up completely. So I feel like we got a clutch with how I did the throwout bearing in there. So that's pretty cool. If I find the right parts again, I will show you exactly what I did. Alright, so I missed a whole lot of this because
we were busting ass.
we were just doing it. But there's a 5.3 and a 90s Chevy.
With a manual.
Oh, with a what?
With a manual.
With a manual? Wow. Oh yeah, that's right. You knew that by the throwout bearing and all that. But anyway, the throwout bearing, or pilot bearing, not pilot bearing, clutch release bearing that I modified and put in here. The clutch is extremely stock. Very nice feel. Pretty soft. So that worked. Whatever happened, happened, and it worked, and it's in there, and tomorrow we are
doing some other shit.
probably gonna hook up to Holley.
Holley, drive line, fuel lines.
Yeah.
Pop it off.
Do you have a pump?
Yep, sitting over there.
Have you dropped a tank in this before?
Oh.
Oh. But all right, so it's the next day. Daniel's at school, so he'll be here at 1:30. But I'm going to start running the Holley, get it strung out and ran where it needs to go. I think we've decided the PCM is going to go in the cab because he'll probably get this pretty stuck in a mud hole at some point in its life. So I don't know if we're going under the dash or where exactly we're going. I was thinking down there with a nice bracket, but we'll see where everything lands after it's laid. So right now I'm going to bust open the Holley and start laying it out. Back in a minute. Well, this harness I have to strip down and de-pin all of the engine stuff so that the PCM still has some of the functions for other things like the heater box and the windshield wiper motor and things like that. I decided I'm going to modify this bulkhead, the OEM bulkhead, to fit the Holley through. So we'll go right up underneath that, and then the PCM will be in the cab. So I have that laid out, and I'm going to run it and plug everything in. And then we'll move on. Well, I have the front clip on. The Holley ran. We'll see what we're doing if we're gonna. I don't know. But Holley's ran. Need a battery for power. I need to plug everything in inside the cab, but all the motor mount stuff is ran. I need to run the fuel pump and a trigger and one other wire. But I'm gonna go get some snacks, and that's what's up. Well, I got this stripped down. We're gonna buy some split loom so it looks nice, but I'm gonna throw it back in here. So Daniel's here now, putting in his transfer case. How's it coming, little buddy?
Fucking dirty.
Dirty. Gotta pull the dash out down there and up here so I can get to the couple wires back there to hook her up it. So, yep. Well, I got all of the OEM wiring back in. We're gonna get some loom and make it look pretty, but I'm gonna hook up these couple wires here for the Holley. Daniel's snagging a battery real quick so we can get some power to some stuff. I can figure out what's the trigger wire on the dash. He's got that apart for me. So I can figure out what ignition wire here does stuff. And then I gotta wire these in. Constant 12, get a good ground. And then we'll do the rest of the stuff later. But we're doing things. All right, well, everything is wired. I need to hook one more ground up. This blue one goes to the tack, that goes to the fuel pump. Daniel wanted to get things to hook up the fuel pump. We got the lines kind of hooked up. We need 2 compression fittings. I got most of the dash taken apart to get the things. I hooked up the one ignition wire and the constant clean 12, and right now we got clutch pedal key, so we have power to that stuff. And the clutch pedal clutch switch works. And a couple more things, and then he can put it all together.
I'm 18.
Well, everything's done except for the fuel pump and buttoning up everything. But everything should be in here to fire her off as soon as he's done fucking around. It's had the same task for 5 hours, but it's all right.
There we go.
But yep, I need to look up some pinups to figure out which one is the tack and which one is the alternator light, and then I can hook those 2 things up to the dash from the Holley, and everything else should be the same and functioning. So.
You think I'm too heavy for a wheelchair? I think so.
But yep.
Ready? Yep.
Well, there we go.
He's alive.
It's pissing gas.
Is it?
Oh yeah, out of the return. Just dumping it right on the ground. All right, well, on to the next one. Daniel, come hither.
I'm gonna do the piece then.
You can do the piecing in a second.
Hi guys.
So what do you think? Think it's gonna be good?
I think it's gonna be pretty sweet. I hope the throwout bearing holds together, but
It's
that's the only thing I'm worried about.
the throw bearing out of
I
everything.
mean,
it'll do it.
yeah.
But yeah,
Trust Steve as well. It's,
at least somebody does.
I'm gonna do the piece then.
But hold on.
The numerals.
But yeah, so 5.3 and an OBS Chevy, 5-speed. We'll
2 thumbs up for that.
see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, guys, and get the numerals. Peace.